So let's talk about it. This is exactly why you're stuck in your coaching business. As you guys know, I started with Bob Proctor back in 2020, and I went from zero to a seven-figure business in less than 18 months. And the biggest thing that changed my life was prior to meeting Bob Proctor, I was sleeping in my car. I never had more than $2,000 in my bank account. I was struggling to try to get my business off, but here was one thing that was for certain, and you probably feel the same way. Number one was I worked hard. I never questioned my ability to work hard. And you might feel the same. You work 8-hour days, 10-hour days. You're not afraid to get out there and prospect and go door to door or whatever it is, or make the cold calls or do the DMs. You're not afraid of hard work. Nobody, including yourself, can ever question your work ethic. That was me. Second thing was I had a lot of knowledge, right? I had access to this website where I had like pirated courses, right? And I would admit that, right? So I had access to every course, every information. I went to all the seminars. I've invested about $1,000 or more dollars into books. So I had the books, I had the seminars, I hired coaches, I had the courses, but yet I couldn't break past the $5,000 a month level in my coaching business prior to meeting Bob Proctor. Now, what was the biggest shift that took me from earning less than $5,000 a month, having less than $2,000 in my bank account at any period of my time, to meeting Bob Proctor, and less than 60 days later, I was hitting 100K months on the way to a seven-figure business in less than 18 months. What was that biggest shift? And in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. So why you're stuck in your business is because you don't fully understand what's going on in your mind. You see, a lot of the times we have been programmed to look at the outside world and hire a coach and run some ads. And based on the knowledge of gathering this missing information on how to run an ad or how to do a sales call, we think that if we gather that knowledge, that we're automatically going to know exactly what to do and our business is going to scale to the next plateau. I don't care if you're stuck at 10K a month or you're stuck at 100K a month. You're still going to be stuck at these mental barriers because it's not a cash flow problem that you're having. You're having a problem with something called your paradigm, which I'm going to be explaining on this whiteboard here in a second, okay? So the first understanding that you have to have, if you're looking to scale your company to the next level and you want to have consistency, is you have to understand the part of your mind where the consistency in cash flow is actually coming. And that's something called your subconscious mind. So I'm going to draw something on here called a stick figure that my mentor Bob Proctor showed me. And I kid you not, within a couple weeks, no, it was about 7 days of me learning this particular lesson, my entire life changed. And I kid you not, I learned this stick figure right here. I applied it to my life, and in less than 7 days, my entire life changed, and I was hitting 10K days. All right, so let me check this out. We call this the stick figure. Okay, hopefully you can see this right here. I think you should be able to see. I tested this out. So we call this the stick figure. All right. So the stick figure. What we're gonna do is let this big circle, let it represent your mind. Let this small circle, let it represent your body. So you notice that the mind is a lot bigger than the body. Now I'm not an artist here, so I did that on purpose. Why? It's because the mind controls the body. This physical body that we have, aka our actions, the actions that you're taking to try to grow your business, do the sales calls, run the ads, prospect, send the DMs, enroll people into your coaching business, those things, those bodily actions are dominated 100% by your mind, obviously, because if you're going to be taking action, you must first see those actions in your mind, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to break the mind into two parts. And it was this small thing that completely changed everything for me, because the biggest difference, and I would say from my personal experience, when I was having 100K months, I was literally the same person. I didn't read any more books. I didn't go to any more seminars. I didn't watch any more YouTube videos. I was the same person. The biggest shift that I had that I want to convey to you on this video is the part of the subconscious mind, okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to split the mind into two parts, a top part and a bottom part, okay? So this top part, we're going to call this the conscious mind. We're going to put a C here, okay? The conscious mind. That's your thinking mind. It's your intellectual mind. It's the mind you're using right now to even watch this YouTube video. We have been programmed our entire lives to use this top part of our mind. Now, the conscious mind is connected to the outside world via our senses. So you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. These are all things that we understand, right? But what happens is we let the outside world, what we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, we let that dictate our internal feelings and internal being. And when we impress that upon our subconscious mind, which we'll talk about in a second, that becomes reality. In other words, there's a saying, right? The rich keep getting richer, the broke keep getting broke, right? Why is that? It's because of this something called a self-perpetuating cycle. You see that you're not getting clients right now, therefore you reinforce it with feelings, and your actions reinforce it, and so and month after month, you're hitting this plateau, or you're having inconsistencies. One month you're hitting a 10K month, and then you're at 0, or then you're hitting a 100K month, and then you're back at 30K month, and you're having these inconsistencies. I don't care what number you're at, or inconsistency in cash flow, inconsistencies in your body, or whatever it is. It's because you're not fully understanding what's going on here in your mind. So the conscious mind, it controls, hopefully you can see this right here, 5%. It controls 5% of our actual results. So here's what I'm trying to convey to you right now. The mind that we have been programmed our entire life to use, we went to school and they said, DeAndre, memorize this book. And at the end of the semester, take this test. And when you pass the test, you can go on to college and get a college degree. And by you memorizing this and doing this for 12 years, you will make 6 figures a year, right? I don't know about you, but that's what I was told in my household. Go to college, memorize these things. And then we get out in the field and we realize that none of that information is valuable. When's the last time you used the Pythagorean theorem? Right? When's the last time you used quadratic, equations? But yet, how do you do your taxes? How do you become a better sales rep? How do you become the top performer in your company? How do you become a coach that's earning a 7-figure business and has time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom? How do we learn those things, right? So we've been conditioned with something that only controls 5% of our results. But then we have here, we have the subconscious mind. Okay? The subconscious mind controls 95% of our results. Now, what I want you to think about is this. The subconscious mind is your emotional mind. It's the mind that doesn't think. So the thinking part is the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind is your emotional mind. It's what you're feeling that's actually dictating what you're operating on. Okay? So I want you to know this. The subconscious mind, the way that it operates is based on images. Okay, and in later videos we'll talk about self-image and how to actually change this. Right now, this video, the purpose of it is for you to have the awareness that if you're wanting to scale your coaching business to the next level, if you're trying to hit the 7-figure level, what needs to happen is not a shift on the outside world and hiring another coach for ads or marketing or DM or hiring another employee. What you need to do is shift how you're seeing yourself in your subconscious mind. When you start to shift your identity, what will happen is that 95%, it's going to be the unconscious habits that are actually controlling your results. Listen to this. It's your unconscious habits, the habits that you don't see, and most importantly, the beliefs behind them that are actually truly hitting your results. My personal experience, I think what changed my life was when I started with Bob Proctor, obviously, but I met this girl, and she was about the same age as me. We had a similar amount of followers. We had about 10,000 followers each on our profiles, and she was hitting 100K months within 4 months of her starting. And I said, man, if she could do it, I can do it. Trust me. And you're probably like a competitive person like me. That's exactly how I thought. So I saw this girl that was similar to me, and she was earning 100K months. And then I saw Bob Proctor, who had all this information over 60 years gathered, and he put it into a program, and then I began to study it. And what was happening was I raised my belief level, and I started to believe that I was actually capable of earning the money that I said I wanted to. You see, if you're watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know you're going to crush it. You have this feeling you're going to be a millionaire. You have this feeling that you're going to do something well in your business, but yet the outside results are not showing it. Well, what's going on is the belief levels that are happening here in the subconscious mind. Now, make sure you subscribe below, because I'll be creating more videos about beliefs and how to shift them, because honestly, that is what we're talking about. The reason you're not able to scale your coaching business to the next level, whatever number plateau that is because your belief levels behind what you're doing is the most important thing. It's the momentum. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's the energy that you're emitting out, but most importantly, the vibrations that you're having here in your subconscious mind. Now, make sure you watch my last video where I talked about the law of vibration. But basically, those images and belief levels that you're holding down in your subconscious mind, those are actually operating the way in which you do, the certain way in which you act, talk. And guess what? When you run that ad, people can feel it. When you speak, people can feel it. For example, you watching me right now, you're feeling my energy. You're not just hearing my words. It's not just what I'm saying. It's how I'm saying it. It's the belief level that I have in my subconscious mind about this material because it changed my life. And my goal is to portray that to you in this video, okay? So the subconscious mind, it controls 95% of our results. And then we have the body right here. So the body is a physical instrument of the mind. So I want you to think about this. Anytime you have an action, you're going to go to the gym. You're going to get a glass of water. You're hungry. You're going to drive to work. You're going to run an ad. Whatever it is, whatever action that you're going to have manifest into the real world, you first hold that image in the subconscious mind. It is literally impossible to act without first thinking. Because in order for a muscle to move, there has to be an electrical signal sent. There's a thought. Electrical signal is converted. The muscles is then contracted. You move. So there's a thought. Unless it's involuntary, but that's a whole other subject. We're talking about voluntary actions for you to grow your business. And what's happening is those images that here are then conveyed and portrayed and impressed and expressed through the body. And the body, what we're doing here is something called action. Action. Okay? You can see this here. Action. On the next video, I'm going to do better with my lighting. Maybe get some better lighting. Maybe get some better pens. This is the first one. Obviously, you guys can see this is a different kind of setup here. So action. The action is really what's going to control your results. Because we all know that for every action, you probably can't even see this. I'll just put R right there. For every action, there is a reaction. So the reaction is the result that we're trying to get in our life. The reaction is more clients on your calendar, more happy customers, more money in your bank account, happier life, more fulfillment, time freedom, location freedom. These are the things that you want, right? These are end result. But you don't go to the end result to change it. What you have to do is go to the source. Where's the source? Well, the source of the result that we're getting is this action, right? Reaction, action. So where's this action coming from? Once again, it's coming from the body, which is our instrument. And where's that coming from? The images in our subconscious mind, okay? So you're like, all right, DeAndre, this sounds good now. I understand that if I want to scale my company to the 6 or 7 figure level, that I have to first change the images in my subconscious mind. Okay, so how do I actually do that? Well, this is where the conscious mind comes into play now. Okay, so we have been given something that no other animal or any other creature in this world has been given, and that thing is called imagination. Imagination is our ability to create new things on this world. Your dog can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. So can a horse, so can a pig. But you, even though you can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch as well, you can imagine. You can imagine what your business will look like. You can imagine retiring your parents. You can imagine driving that Ferrari or that Tesla or whatever it is, driving or living in your dream home or having your dream relationship or family or whatever it is. You can sit down, close your eyes, and imagine what it would look like when you achieve your end result. And that's what you're getting up for, to try to achieve, but yet you're not reaching it. Why? Because we have to take that image in our imagination, and we have to get emotionally involved in it, aka plant it into our subconscious mind. And I'll be teaching you how to do this in other videos. When we take this imagination and this idea of how we want to live our life right here, and then we learn how to plant it into our conscious mind, and then drive emotions behind it, what will begin to happen is you'll start to embody it. You'll start to feel as if it's real. And before you ever run that ad, before you ever make that video or get on that sales call, whatever it is that you're doing to try to grow your company, you'll start to embody that new version of yourself. And it'll literally be a vibration. It'll literally be a feeling that you'll have within your body. And you'll be so excited to get up in the morning that things are just coming to your plate. Because you become a magnet to the things that you want. The people, the situations, the circumstances, they begin to manifest into your life because you're not trying to have something in the outside world. You became that person. And as you became that person, you have the things that you want, those results. If you want to change the things that you have, you must first change the person that you are. And in the later videos, I'll be showing you exactly how to do this. So make sure you subscribe below. I hope you guys like this video. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.